All right, so I got a lot of emails and a lot of comments about this HUD statement that I had posted in the community section about a person that purchased a home that is a little bit over $500,000, and they were able to purchase this home technically without putting any money down. So I had a lot of questions, so I'm going to go through the HUD or the settlement statement and explain to you exactly how this worked and how this transaction worked out. Now, as you can see, it says purchased $520,000 home with no money out of pocket. Okay, so if you look at the settlement statement, okay, under number one, it shows that they put down a $5,200 deposit. That $5,200 is 1% of the purchase price. Now we call this the earnest money deposit. Okay, this is the deposit that you're putting down as the buyer, showing the seller that you are serious about buying the home. It doesn't always have to be $5,200. It could have been $1,000. The EMD at the beginning of the transaction really isn't that relevant. I mean, depending on the other offers that you're competing with, you can put down more than 1,000. You can put down, like they did, 1% of the purchase price. It just shows the seller that you're serious about buying the home, because if you're not serious, technically you can lose that earnest money deposit if things go south. Now, when you purchase a home, you have something called closing costs and you have your down payment. Okay. Now, if you look at the settlement statement at number 5, $15,597 is a seller credit, meaning the seller paid the buyer's closing costs. Okay. Now, when you go down to number 8, where it says MMP DPA, that number is $25,524. That is the down payment required for this $520,000 home. Now, MMP DPA stands for Maryland Mortgage Program Down Payment Assistance. So this person got their entire down payment from the state of Maryland. So because the seller paid all of the closing costs and because the state of Maryland paid the entire down payment, that person at the closing table was able to get their $5,200 earnest money deposit handed back to them. So essentially, they walked into a home without putting any money down, and they can take that $5,200, put it in reserves, or use it for their mortgage payments. Now, this particular down payment assistance program is a program that's available in my state, but I always tell people, before you go to that particular down payment assistance program, look for grants, because this particular down payment assistance program is deferred, right? So it's a loan and it's an extra lien in addition to the mortgage against the house, but it doesn't collect interest and you don't make any payments on it. The money is due when you either sell the home or it's due, 30 years. If you hold on to the home for 30 years, then you pay the home off, then that's when that second mortgage is due. So this is just a strategy to be able to get into the home. And of course, if you sell the home at any point, then, they'll take that $25,000 from the proceeds. Okay. But like I said before, I always tell people, go with the grants, because the grants, you don't have to pay those back. There is no lien against the property. There's no payments. There's no interest. It's just free money. Essentially, a lot of these grants are just credits from the bank, where the bank is crediting you the money, but you don't have to pay them back. So that's a lot better than this. This particular down payment assistance is always kind of like last resort. If they can't get any other grants, then this down payment assistance program from the state is one of the easiest programs to get, because there is really no minimum credit score. You have to be above like a 620 to really get access to it. But outside of that, there's nothing crazy or elaborate to get access to these state funded programs. Okay. But I just wanted to kind of explain this, because people were asking, like, hey, how is this person able to get the $5,200 back? And whatever. So again, the down payment was covered by the state and the closing cost was paid by the seller. Okay, so I hope this helps. And if you're in the Maryland market or DC market, feel free to hit me up. And of course, Google is your friend, right? You can hit up loan officers in your area to find these programs. I hope that helps.